pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Bill, you were there?
Yes. I even said the pledge allegiance to the flag.
Good, because we need you for the quorum. Okay, so first order of business is to consider the minutes from the February 18th meeting. Are there any corrections or additions? Hearing none, the minutes are accepted. I didn't see any emails. No emails. Sure. Okay. So on to new business. Up first is going to be Ebi Basic Mengsuk on behalf of Anushka's Helping Hand Foundation. Request to hold Fairfield Celebrates Down Syndrome event at Veterans Park Saturday, October 3rd, 2026, with a rain date on October 4th. Let's say October 3rd, 2026, rain date October 4th. Ebi.
Yeah, I came right on time.
Perfect. And I'll say this to you and for everyone else presenting, if you would state your name for the record and your address.
Sure.
Thank you.
My name is Ebi Mengsuk.
I apologize.
That's okay.
I mispronounced it.
Listen, there's a lot of consonants in that name. When I married that Polish man, I said it had to be less than 15. I'm at 141 Prince Street here in Fairfield, 06825. So thank you for having me yet again.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank you because you were my very first believer.
And donor.
Yes, and donor, exactly, my very first. It was a very successful event that I had last year. There was a little bit of a bungle with the park, but what we got was just so impressive. We were very excited to be at Roger Sherman. We got a lot of help from the community. Minutemen Press donated the lawn signs, about 25 of them that I ran around town planting everywhere. Another local business, Fairfield Promo, donated T-shirts for our volunteers. The event itself, even though there was another event that kind of competed with ours also in the Down syndrome family, we still had quite a showing, quite a lot of support. Our community was very excited to be able to celebrate themselves, celebrate being unique, celebrate being, members of this community, and finally having these communities celebrate them. A lot of local vendors were present, and a lot of local vendors gave us raffle prizes. I had put the website in there, some pictures up there. And so we would love to do it again. It was fun. The kids loved the lawn games. We had Connect 4, Jenga, GCA, Gym and Chair Academy came in and brought a lot of things for the kids that they have at the gym there. What are called those obstacle courses, things like that. We had the bucket game, no drinking involved, just water, which was awesome. We had face painting, we had Moana, we had Spider-Man and Batman. The kids just had a lot of fun and gave away a lot of freebies too. Kids got bracelets with really positive messages with the Down syndrome colors and without. Gave them a lot of stickers, which the parents probably hate me for because it's everywhere in the house. And they got bubble wands and things. And I had a sensory table, which was a hit. All the kids with, sensitivity, sensory issues, they had something to play with. It was just a party. Our DJ had it rocking. We had lion dancing. It was great. It was fun. I had 3 food trucks there. I was in keeping with the regulations for the food department and everything. So that turned out well. Our inspection went well. No fines. We left the park as pristine as we found it. We were grateful for them letting us use the bathroom, because a porta potty would have been enough for the amount of people, and thank you for that suggestion, Anthony, because that was your idea, and that actually ended up working out just incredibly well. Our vendors made money, for themselves, and we made a little bit of money from our raffle prizes, which were just really fantastic. So, yeah.
So the dates are fine?
Yes, we already penciled it in so that we didn't lose it and have extra people doing it at the same time. And the change of the venue would be back to the veterans, which was her original request.
Okay.
So we'll have the bathrooms there and the electricity.
And so both the 3rd and the rain date are fine?
Yeah, we loved the other park, but it was so huge, right? Being able to run across it. I got my workout in, I'll tell you that.
So, for those who weren't here last year, when Evie presented, we all got very excited. We said, this is great, she's great, and we all enthusiastically supported it. So, I don't have any questions. Does anyone have any questions for Evie?
Sounds great.
Bill, anything?
No, sounds great to me.
Okay, then someone like to make a motion if there's no questions? Jackie?
I'll second.
Yes, a second. Okay, anything further in commission? Anything, Bill?
No?
Anything further? Anything from the public? All right.
Come by.
Back to the commission. All those in favor? Bill?
Aye. Aye.
You are all set. Good luck.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Good luck. It's my kid's 8th birthday. May I please?
You did promise she was going to come this year, though.
I know. I'm so sorry.
You'll have to see her there.
Next year. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Last year, chased her down. Okay. Up next, Anthony Capalbo requests to hold a Capalbo Strong Walk on Sunday, October 4th of this year, starting and ending at Jennings Beach.
Thank you. And I'm here with my wife, Jenny, as well. Anthony Capalbo, 330 South Benson Road, Fairfield 06824. It's an event, as many of you know, in memory of my son, that raises money for pediatric cancer research. First year we did it, we walked from Greenwich to Fairfield, 26 miles, with a small group, and during the pandemic. And then we shifted to Boston and walked the Jimmy Fund Marathon walk for how many years? 4? Walking 26 miles, and then some in Boston, and we want to do it at home this year and continue to raise the money that we've been raising, like $750,000 so far. We want to start at the beach and walk a 6-mile loop that we've mapped out with the police, and it's all approved, and end at the beach. And then some folks will walk all day and walk the loop 4 times for 24 miles. He was born on the 24th, died on the 24th. And we're thrilled to bring it home and gather a lot of local sponsors and walk in. Some people will walk all day. Some people will only walk at the end. So it's whatever you want, basically. We normally have 100 to 200 people. Maybe it could be more, but hopefully it'll be spread out throughout the day. And we're going to celebrate and see great when we're all done.
And you just spread the word of mouth, friends, family.
Yeah.
The numbers.
Well, sorry. Word of mouth. How else?
Social media.
Social media, big.
Media.
Yeah.
And each registrant has to raise $124, so they are telling people and recruiting people and.
Right.
I had that day Monday. Okay today. Yeah.
It's been an easy agenda so far. I have no questions. I think it's awesome. Anyone have any questions?
How many people did you have last time we did this? Roughly.
When we did it from Greenwich to here, it was during COVID.
Right.
So normally we would have been doing the Boston Walk with the Jimmy Fund, which is
Right.
humongous.
Right.
And so we just had a remote group of like 25 people, maybe 15 people walk the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It was COVID and it was really weird.
We had some people join us in Stanford, some people join us in Darien, some people do the whole thing.
When we have done it subsequently in Boston, we bring up like 100 plus people from here, and then we have like, we've had anywhere from 50 to 100 remote walkers.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll still have remote walkers wherever they may be. Like our other son was in Jacksonville for a few years, and they walked in Jacksonville, and they're still doing it even though he's not there anymore. Yeah, we're thinking, you know, we did 100 in Boston. We're going to do 100 in Fairfield, if not double that.
Right.
And hopefully triple, no?
Anything else? Bill, anything?
The only question would be, I guess it's rain or shine, so there's no rain date, right?
Rain or shine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great cause.
I'll jinx us. We've been lucky every year so far.
All right. Someone like to make a motion?
I'll make motion.
Joseph?
Fine.
Thank you. And do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Bill, feel free to jump in anytime you want.
I will.
Wasn't trying to be funny, but I know you're not here. It's a little bit more difficult, but jump in anytime you want.
Okay.
Anything further from the commission? Bill, anything further?
No.
Anything from the public? Back to the commission. All those in favor? Bill?
Aye. Aye.
All right. Good luck with the walk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you. You're going to tell the whole neighborhood about it, right?
Oh, yeah. We'll watch.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Next up, Greg Zanella, on behalf of the Fairfield American Little League, requests to rename the Mill Hill Baseball Field in honor and memory of Kevin Osvay as the Kevin Osvay Field.
Greg Zanella, 158 Taunton Road, 06824. A little bit about Fairfield American, is local Little League program in the southern part of the beach area, the 06824 in the Southport part of Fairfield. We have roughly 600 Fairfield resident children that are part of the program, with over 150 volunteer members as well. This is my third year as the Fairfield American president. I've been on the board for 5. A little bit about Mill Hill, obviously part of the elementary school, but Mill Hill is the home of Fairfield American. We work with Anthony and his staff here to upkeep that as the league, as our home field. And we manage all of the upkeep of the field and the improvements there as well. I would say 7 years ago, we did an upgrade there to really deck the place out with Fairfield American signage and really make it feel like the home of Fairfield American. And just wanted to kind of read something that we put together about Kevin Osvay and his contribution not only to the league but the town of Fairfield and what this ask is about. Kevin was a devoted coach, parent, and lifelong member of the Fairfield American Little League family, as well as a lifelong resident of Fairfield. Having started as a player in his youth, Kevin later returned to the league as a coach and mentor, embodying the spirit and values that define our community. He was a loving husband and father whose presence left a lasting impact on everyone who had the privilege of knowing him. Kevin inspired countless young athletes throughout their baseball journeys, whether through spontaneous practices, coaching during the game, or simply being there to support and uplift his players. His calm and encouraging demeanor and unwavering commitment to create a positive and meaningful experience for the kids was admired by fellow coaches, parents, and players alike. I had personally the privilege of coaching alongside Kevin, and it was truly one of the most meaningful and enjoyable experiences I've had in this program. From his motivational pregame talks to his steady leadership and ever-present smile, Kevin exemplified what it means to be a coach, a teammate, and a friend. The entire board of Fairfield American Little League, along with my many parents and volunteers throughout the league and town strongly support this initiative. We've also received support from our crosstown partners at Fairfield National Little League. Kevin touched many lives within the Fairfield community, and we feel strongly that this gesture would be a fitting way to honor his legacy and the impact he had to so many families. We'd appreciate your consideration for this gesture.
Okay. Thank you. This is, and certainly no disrespect, Kevin sounds like a wonderful person, and we're going to talk about this on just one voice on the commission. The issue that we have, a couple issues, and please, it sounds like a negative, it's not meant to be, but we had a similar request last year that never been made onto the agenda, and part of the reason that I'm probably going to, my opinion is going to be to table this and come back as quickly as we possibly can to truly address and give you an answer, is the fact that we don't have a set of rules that dictate who's eligible, what we should consider for requests such as this. Kevin sounds like he is deserving and all that, but there may have been someone 15 years ago who was equally deserving, or 15 years from now, or, and we have lots of people such as yourself and everyone probably in this room who do a lot of work for the town. But at the same time, there's probably a lot more of us giving our time and our talents than there are fields and parks. So we, again, I'm just going to make the recommendation that we get our subcommittee back together very quickly and establish a set of rules that would say, yes, he's been with the program for X amount of years, he's dedicated these out, whatever the rules are. The question I had, as it may relate to the board 15 years ago or the board 5 years from now, is when you say the entire board, I spent some time looking at the website and saw you there, and the Kevin, I would say, Coaches Award and everything else. Talk to me a little bit about the entire board. So everyone, and like, how big is this community? You mentioned 600 families. There's about a dozen or so people on the board.
Correct. Yep.
How big is this community supporting this effort?
We have some members of the community here tonight that will speak in support of it. As I would mention before, it's not 600 families, it's 600 children, so it could be, right, I don't have the numbers, but probably close to over 500 families. The board is, as you talk through, I've been on the board for 5 years. Most board members are, average lifespan of 5 to 7 years. In terms of the community, when Kevin passed away last year, there was a number of people that brought this to our attention to say this would be a great honor for us. So it really actually didn't generate from the board, it generated from the community. And we just felt like we had to take the lead there, given that we do, Mill Hill is what we offer back to the town. We give that back to the town. It is, obviously run by the town, but the field is really run by Fairfield American.
Right. I've been on the commission for 17 years, and I know what a good job that you guys do, and you come to us for, everything that you're doing down there. So yes, we do appreciate that.
Do you mind if I ask a question? Like, obviously this is the first time we've asked as Fairfield American in the last 7 years that I'm aware of being part of that. Is there a lot of requests to this board or this commission in regards to naming things around town or other parks, or is this?
No, there generally there aren't a lot. A lot of times, there'll be a request that comes out of the first selectman's office, selectman person's office. But we always have to be very careful about setting precedent, because while there hasn't been a lot, doesn't mean that there wouldn't be a number of requests following up on this if we move forward, which is the primary reason that I want to, just put off making a decision until we have that set of rules that says, if we do move forward with the approval, that Kevin met these criteria. We're not going to consider your request because, 4 of the 8 items on the list, I'm just making up things as I go, your candidate did not qualify for. And you can request, but more than likely it's not going to go forward. So to answer your question, no, there's not a lot, but there could be. I do appreciate the answer that you gave, that it wasn't the board of the dozen or so guys who were best friends and said let's do this. It was from the community. That's important. So I've been hogging the conversation. Do we have any questions or thoughts?
A couple thoughts, I guess. First, when is opening day? Is that when you were hoping to make the...
It would be nice to do it on opening day,
Yeah.
which is April 25th.
Would it be possible to get an answer by then if we decide to...
April's, is that the funky month with the...
You get the April break in there, the week of the 13th.
I believe the 25th is the
I think the
next
25th
meeting.
is the actual meeting because it got pushed back.
Right,
Yeah.
the following.
I know my son plays for Fairfield American. I know what an impact
22nd.
they had on the community. I fully respect that we need to have a process, but I would think he's very deserving. Just from what I know, and I saw the impact it had on everybody.
Our next meeting is April 22nd. So if their opening day is...
22nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're opening up that weekend, sounds like.
Yeah,
Roughly.
The full opening of the league is the 20th. We start, obviously, April 1st, but...
So like your ceremony.
The ceremony is the 25th, correct?
So theoretically, our next meeting is the 22nd, which is before that. If you can get the subcommittee together...
We can get the subcommittee together.
You could attend.
I don't even know. We are...
The subcommittee?
We generally have 8 members plus a Board of Ed liaison, so 9 members. We are too shy right now. One had to step down last month, and one just hasn't been replaced from the December expiration of their term. So I don't even know who's on, but I will step onto it if we don't have the 3 people. So we'll get together before then and work on a set of rules. Do you remember who's on the subcommittee?
I'd have to look. I have a feeling Jamie is one of them.
I think Jamie was. Bill, were you on the subcommittee?
I wasn't, but I think I sat in on it.
I think it's Bridget.
Were there already draft rules, or?
No, not for this.
Not for
But
naming.
The subcommittee, the rules subcommittee gets together periodically to, look at all the rules, and we made a bunch of adjustments last year, mainly on permitting and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
we can. Yeah, I think Bridget.
I think it's
was.
Bridget, you, and Jamie. I'm
Yeah.
almost positive.
And-
Let me double check.
If Bridget's on the subcommittee, she's going to look at everything that Kevin did and make the rules, specific to him, because I know she can't be here today, but she wanted me to say she does fully support this effort. So
I guess my concern would be the lack of a subcommittee and the likelihood, the decision.
Don't worry about that. I can control that, even if it's a subcommittee of one, we'll have an answer.
I mean, I fully support the naming, so.
You have any questions? Bill, any questions?
No, if you need help on the subcommittee, I can help as well.
Okay. As I said, it's my opinion to put the subcommittee together to very quickly to come up with a set of rules. But if someone feels very strongly and wants to, pursue this agenda item tonight, we can. You can.
I would caution that. If
It's on the agenda, if someone wants to...
But if somebody made the motion to approve and it gets voted down, that's it. It's no more. So just a caution that, especially in a 2-2 or a 4,
Yes.
a 4-person, a 2-2 would fail. So
Yes. And I think you already know where I stand with regards to this evening. So, Anthony, what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
I think we can put the subcommittee together, have them meet, and come up with a set of guidelines in time to vote on this for the next meeting.
Okay. So, Bill, you're available. We will find out who was on this subcommittee. If it was Jamie and Bridget, I will just reach out to them and we'll get it on the agenda hopefully next week.
Yeah, I think Dylan might have been on it too.
Yes, Brian, I'm on the
yeah.
call here. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I was on it with Bridget, Jamie, and Bill stepped in on occasion, but it was the four of us.
And I know I spent a lot of time, even though I wasn't on the subcommittee. So it was Bridget, Jamie, and you, Dylan.
Right.
Okay. All right. Bill, I'll speak to you offline, and if you want to be on it, then we can talk about it. Otherwise, I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, so there won't be a motion made tonight, which I think is in the best interest, but we will endeavor to have this retabled for the April 22nd meeting.
Do you need us back to present on the April 22nd meeting, or?
You should probably be here because there are some missing members. And in case there's any questions, you don't have to go through the full presentation again, but it probably would be helpful if at least one of you were here to answer questions.
Would it be helpful if we gathered a certain number of resident signatures?
I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Okay.
And if you want to do that, that'll certainly help the cause. But I don't think, given the answers that you've already given, how it was a community request that went to the board, and then you presented, unless someone else thinks it's important.
I don't think so.
No, not
with the number of children, there at the moment, the number of families, I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah. Thank you for offering that.
I have a question from the public. I know I'm a member of the Board of Ed, but I'm here as a public supporting this tonight. And I just wanted to make a couple comments that...
Could you then give your name?
Nick Asa, 253 Ruane Street.
Thank you.
Two things to point out. As Mr. Zanella said, it has the full backing of the Fairfield American community, but I think it's also worth saying that it also has the full backing of the, I believe, I can say this confidently, that I don't think anyone in Fairfield Youth football would be against this, because Kevin left lasting impacts on that organization as well. And I think every single one of the families and 700-plus kids would appreciate this. And also, I do know, I'm not a baseball family myself, but I know so many from the other side of town, the National League, that there's so many people that I've heard that have expressed support and everything from this. And those, again, are all community members, not on boards or commissions. And I think it's imperative. The one question I would have is, on the Board of Ed, oftentimes we kind of get a sense of the body. I understand you're for here tonight. Would you be willing to take a sense of the body tonight to see if this is something that would pass, that is prior to the motion being made?
You can.
I'm asking you as the chair. Would you be willing to take a sense of the body tonight?
We can. I won't answer that, but I'm happy to allow the other commissioners to. I think Jackie has already stated her support.
And understanding, I'm not trying to put anybody under the gun, and I fully respect, trust me, I was on the Board of Ed Policy Committee for a while. I'm all about rules and regulations. I do feel this is slightly unique and different because the request is coming from Fairfield American, and while it's a Parks and Rec controlled field, it is their home field. Mm-hmm. So I do fully respect what you're saying about future endeavors and future requests. However, those future requests would be coming to Parks and Rec's fields that are not home of a specific league that is making this request. So I would be very much in favor if there were three of the members here tonight. Obviously, we know your stance, and you perfectly explained why, and it's respectable. But if three of the members present tonight are willing to move forward with this, I don't see any reason to hold it up, and I don't think that would be a reason to hold up the subcommittee work for the future.
Okay, that's a double-edged sword because you're asking for support of this based on a set of criteria that we don't have.
No, I'm asking for support of this based on how it was presented tonight, but I am not against the committee and the commission doing future work for other things. But what I'm saying is the way this was presented tonight is slightly different than your average Joe request, if that makes sense. So I would say that if there were 3 votes in favor of this tonight, there's no reason to hold it up. If that is not the case, then I would fully respect the work and then the full committee and then the full board, whoever's on the board at that time present, making the majority, vote stand.
Well, I've stated my opinion. I prefer that we do not entertain this evening, but I'm one commissioner. So I know you said you would support this ultimately, but would you support it without a set of criteria?
I'd be interested in hearing some more opinions from some more experienced commissioners, but I want to respect your process. But I don't want it to fail.
Right.
I definitely do not want this to fail.
And honestly, I do not want to vote against it, but I will. And I don't want to be that guy who votes against it.
Well, respectfully, you could abstain for reasons that you did.
Yes.
So if just without the criteria, I'm just going to use Mr. Zanella's name. Let's say next year somebody wants to change the name to the Greg Zanella Field. What do we do?
No, I totally understand, and as a member of the policy committee, I do.
Yeah, there should be some type of criteria.
Understand that there should be criteria, and I respect that. And I think that if we are saying we can get it done in time, within the next few weeks, I think that's good. But I also understand that this is Fairfield American's home team, or home field, which is a little bit maybe different than some other Parks and Rec
How many home
locations
fields are there?
Just 3.
Duke Yellow,
and Upper Tunxus.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that the fact that it is their home and...
But it's not the only.
It's the main one, though. It's got all the banners.
No, it's not the only
only
field
the home field.
in
Yeah,
town.
that's true. The softball and Fairfield National, yes. But yeah, I'd be interested in just kind of hearing what everybody else is.
Bill, do you want to weigh in?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think I'm with Brian on the process because we're going to set a precedent for the next people that may come in. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I played softball, Kevin. I knew him from that. I mean, I would support it. I just don't know if we want to. I think if we have a set of procedures in place, I think it's just probably better going forward would be my suggestion. But I'd be willing to support it though. As a former coach in Fairfield National, I understand what it is, and time that he put in and everything, the program. I don't know if that helps or not.
That same sentiments, I think we should table it, and take a look at certain criteria, logic behind it, and see, if we have future requests, like how we're going to handle those.
All right, we will commit to getting a subcommittee together as quickly as possible. It does not sound like it doesn't sound like anyone is willing to make a motion, and it does not sound like it would be in the best interest for someone to make a motion.
I'd just like to say thank you.
Dylan, please mute.
I would like to say thank you for everybody being willing to speak their mind and be open, honest, and transparent about this. It does sound like it will carry the support with specified criteria. So as a member of the public and the community who thinks this is a great idea, I look forward to the April 22nd meeting and hopefully the positive outcome.
Just one last question. Do we have to request to be part of the April 22nd again?
No, we won't. We will put that on. And if you would, just leave your phone number in case when we're going through the subcommittee, if we have any questions.
And those meetings are open to the public too, so they'll be the subcommittee meetings, so you guys are welcome to attend those too.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to Julia Rachel. Request to hold alopecia awareness walk event on Saturday, September 26, 2026 for approximately 4 hours.
Yes. Hi, Julia Rockall, 650 Burke Street, Fairfield, Connecticut, 06824. It's a pleasure to be here with you all tonight. I really appreciate your time. I'm here representing the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, the NAF. I, like millions of Americans, have alopecia. For those unaware, it's an autoimmune disease in which the immune system mistakenly identifies hair follicles as invaders and attacks them, leading to the loss of hair and the inability to regrow it. I lost all of my hair at 19 years old, so I've seen everything that this disease can do to someone. 6.7 million Americans have or will have alopecia, and although this disease is very widespread, it is still incredibly stigmatized, leaving many people suffering in silence. The NAF has held awareness walks for the last 4 years at the end of September, which is Alopecia Awareness Month. These walks create conversation and foster important connections within communities, while also raising funds to support research for treatments and cures. There has not been a walk held in Connecticut yet, and I would really like to bring the cause to Fairfield this year. I can speak firsthand to the importance of community when fighting alopecia. My journey did not get easier until I met people like me. And I've been really lucky to call Fairfield home for 25 years now, and I really love this town. And I know for a fact that there are a lot of people in this town who are going through the same things that I did. And I just really want them to know that they're not alone. They're not alone one bit, and there are a lot of people like them right outside their front door. The walk is scheduled for September 26th of this year. I have been working with Lieutenant Vidrew at the Fairfield Police Department to map out a route that works for the police and have secured the necessary safety measures. I have some copies of the maps if you don't have them with you. But as you can see, I guess I don't have to talk about the route because you can see it, but the entire walk will be about 4 hours. and that includes the setup and the cleanup. We expect about 99 walkers and no spectators, and the police department has agreed to send 2 officers to ensure safety, and Lieutenant Zedrew has said there's no need for road closures. This event will be open to the public, but it does require registration beforehand. We will have a few small groups of volunteers to assist with the check-in, the setup, and the cleanup. The Jennings Beach parking lot will be needed for parking and a few check-in and information tables. There's no need for food service, alcohol, tents, bonfires, rides, or games. And the walk will conclude with participant departure and volunteer cleanup of the area.
Thank you. So 99, very specific number.
Yes, because it's the first time that it's being held here, and I know from some research that there is a different permit process for sometimes when it's less than 100 people versus more than 100. And I love to be optimistic, but I don't know how many people really are going to come do this. But we were, I was talking to some of the board members, and our current plan was sticking at 99 because we're really not sure about how many people are going to come. And then as we open registration, if that does end up being more than 99 people, goes into the hundreds, we would contact you guys to see if there were other additional permits to apply for and things like that.
I think we probably will be okay if you go up to 150 or very successful or something. It's after Labor Day. It's a 2-mile walk through the neighborhoods. I think you'll probably be okay. So I wish you well with your registration. Does anyone have any questions?
Sounds great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Has anyone, you said it hasn't been done in Connecticut, but has it been done anywhere else in any other states that you know?
Yes, it's been for the last 4 years. As the years go on, it's spread to more states. The first year it was in just very big cities like San Francisco, Philadelphia, and New York. And then over the last 3 years, it started to expand into, smaller areas. And I've been a participant in New York the last few years, and that was my goal again for this year until I found out that Connecticut doesn't have a walk. And as I said, I know there are a lot of people who do suffer from alopecia, and I just think it would be really amazing for them to see that there are people in this town like them.
Forgive me, I just don't know.
Yeah.
Is alopecia, does it strike people of all ages?
Yes. It does, and it is commonly in women a bit more, but it is of all ages. And right here in town, we are actually really lucky to have one of the best dermatologists in the country for the treatment of alopecia. Her name is Dr. Brittany Craiglow, and she's personally gotten so many people their hair back, myself included. So she's wonderful, and I know from her practice that there are a lot of people who would really benefit from an event like this.
Okay. Bill, anything?
No, it sounds like a great event. No questions.
All right.
Great.
Any other questions? Would someone like to make a motion? Bill?
I'll make a motion. Yeah,
right.
I'll make a motion.
I'll
Second?
second.
All right. All right. Anything further? Anything from the public? Back to all those in favor? Bill?
Aye.
All right. Good luck. Go get them.
Congratulations.
Come back with 300 people. All right. And next up is Mark Edwards, request to hold open volleyball tournament on Saturday, August 1st, 2026, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes, great. Appreciate
Good luck.
I'm Mark Edwards. Sorry, first time I've been doing this. So I heard everybody's been doing their address. 83 Belmont Street, Fairfield, Connecticut, 06824. So just probably a little history anyway. I actually did a volleyball tournament back when I was graduating college, and it was the Jennings Beach Open, was a 2-man beach volleyball tournament. This is probably 30 plus years ago, right around 93 in that area. Did it for a couple of years. ended up getting their job and had to abandon the tournament. Unfortunately, I couldn't get anybody to take it over because I had moved to Boston. And recently moved back into the area, and I've been in like the capital of beach volleyball, Manhattan Beach, and just would love to kind of stoke the fire, get volleyball back into play around here with the community. Ironically, the courts that are down at Jennings Beach really were inspired by my tournament actually back in the day, so it's been nice to see those built out. And while there were 2 when I did it, now there's 4, so very cool to see that grow and expand. But the setup of this, back in the day, I did a 2-man beach volleyball. This would be a 4-person beach volleyball, and the requirement of 1 female being on the team. I love the cohesiveness, the community involvement that does entail. Does work well from a co-ed standpoint. Was looking to use 2 of the nets so that there were still even a couple of nets available to the public during the tournament time. Maybe expand it to 3 if that's okay, but I think for all intents and purposes, I'd like to just keep it small, see if we can get some good traction on it, and see what 2 could do for it. Those are 4-player teams. I've got August 1st. I realized as you guys were going through with a couple of the others, I'll take your recommendation, but a rain date, I would focus maybe on the Sunday after it, because it's on a Saturday, the 1st. I could do it the 2nd or the following Saturday. I'll leave it up to you guys to point me in the right direction, but I could do either or at this stage of the game. As far as focus, Fairfield residents, I can't think that some teams will be out of state, but when I did it last time, Jennings Beach are allowed to pay for parking there, so I figured there'll be some, but I'd like to be able to recruit from high schools and some colleges in the area, and then rec leagues and club teams that are out there. Outside of that, more so I would do the setup. I would run the entire tournament. I would do the setup, cleanup, everything that would be involved in it, and really not looking for anything but approval, really, and I'll secure the insurance, is my understanding, in accordance with the hold harmless agreement that you guys have in place.
Anthony, how are the volleyball courts there reserved, or are they?
They're not. First come, first serve is how we've done them. And that's just how we've done them.
Okay.
They could be, but yeah, I mean, if we...
So if we committed to 2.
Yeah, we can make sure it's 2 are available.
Yeah, and do they get much play?
Sometimes. Yeah, later in the afternoons, I think they do get pretty busy.
If there were 2 available for the
I think that'd be fine.
General public, that would still be fine.
Yep.
Any questions?
Is there a cost involved for securing it?
Well, there will be a cost involved with the out-of-towners for the parking.
Special events fee.
And the special events fee.
And
Which is
the
$400.
special, what's that?
$400.
And the special events fee is a $400 fee.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that, but that's
But how many teams are you expecting?
focused around 12 to 16 teams in that area. And that would be about 48 to 64 players, so
That's a decent amount.
not anything too overwhelming, I would think, for that region or that area. I was thinking 20 to 30 maybe people paying for parking that day, more so for you to kind of have an idea for parking in the lot.
Okay. And you mentioned possibly getting some sponsors, but the sponsors would be limited to courtside banners?
Yeah.
You're not looking for a sponsor to come in and set up a table and anything like that?
No, I wasn't going to do any of that. Just keep it nice and clean and really keep it just very professional looking. Have the look and feel of like a nice, California beach event if possible.
And we can always if it's successful, you can always, talk about doing other things next year.
Yeah, we'll get some grandstands and bring those in.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, local film crew.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Bill, anything?
No, I mean, I might look at it, give his team to play. I like this volleyball.
Right.
All right, well, you know where to go. Anything else?
No.
That's cool.
Someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All right.
Very good. Any further questions or comments?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
And put it
So
to,
let me stop. So I'm sorry.
we do need
So we talked about rain
vote
dates.
before you go.
You had rain dates in there as well,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, did you have a thought process on that?
I guess, since it's first come, first serve, it doesn't
Really
make
wouldn't.
much of a difference whether it's the second or the next week.
You want to narrow it down now, or you?
Yeah, is there a preference on Saturday or Sunday? Do you want to commit to a weekend?
Yeah, I'd like to maybe just do the rain date being Sunday.
Yeah,
Okay?
probably easier on you.
Yeah, and I think people travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
tough for Sundays.
So then, you made the motion, can you modify your motion, please?
Okay, so let's modify this. Let me see if I say this right. I make a motion with the event taking place on Saturday, August 1st, with a rain date on Sunday, August 2nd.
Great.
Okay.
I'll second that. Yep, I'll stay with the second.
Okay. Anything else? All those in favor? Bill?
Aye. Aye.
Yes, now you're good.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
See you in August.
All right.
Well, Bill will anyhow. You gonna get a team?
I usually walk down to the beach on Saturdays.
Okay, so, Board of Ed report.
Okay, Board of Ed. So the first thing, hang on 1 second, is the final field prices. So I said I would get back to you. And the new prices, which are up on the website and are currently in effect, the turf field for out-of-town organizations, it's staying at $200, but for resident organizations,
That's 200
$200 an hour, sorry.
for out
For out-of-town organizations. And for resident organizations and nonprofit organizations, it's $125 an hour. And those are effective now. And then it remains zero for the organizations that usually are zero. I apologize, I don't have that in front of me, but it's the I know I said it at the last meeting. I apologize.
Sorry, are these like all turf fields in the town? Or
Just the two high schools?
Just the high school fields.
Yeah, the Board of Ed controls.
Oh.
Regarding new business, the Board of Ed heard a presentation from Synergistics last meeting, and they are working on making us a more efficient district with regard to electricity. They are making sure our HVAC is running efficiently, that all systems are optimized. They're checking daily to ensure the settings are correct. And in 12 months since we've been using the program, we've saved an estimated 14.25%, or $911,222.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they said across all 11 schools, or was it 11? Across all of our schools had we done nothing. So they said that there's somebody walking through the schools almost every night to make sure that like the thermostats are correct and that everything is set and optimized based on like occupancy of the buildings. And it seems to be working, so it seems like a really cool program. It was a very impressive presentation. And they're going to continue to look at new ways to optimize the buildings, I think specifically in the summer months and stuff like that. So we're going to continue to work with Synergistics. Update on the elementary schedule. The board provided more feedback and support to the district for the direction of the new schedule. The main changes that that were presented to the board were to standardize the specials block, to make it a 40-hour block of time, and to ensure that none of the specials kind of rolled over into scheduled time of core curriculum. The main problem, which I know I spoke of last time, was that the students are basically double booked right now, where they're supposed to be doing math or science or English or LA, and they're getting pulled out to do either Spanish or longer art or longer music. So we're just trying to standardize that. The district has they recommended that STEAM, the science program, be rolled into the science curriculum, which is up for review. So there will be a new science curriculum process going on, kicking off in the summer. So that will hopefully allow for most of the STEAM to still happen. It's just the objectives coming from science will go to the science curriculum, and there's a few computer science that will go into the library media curriculum, but most of those will be addressed. And in place of STEAM, there will be a second art class added for K through 2, and then 3rd through 5th will have Spanish instead of the extra art. And currently Spanish is what they call like a push-in, like the teacher just comes in when they're available, and that was what was leading to some of the problems with the 30-minute Spanish time not being built into the schedule, so now it will be. And again, this was really due to drops that have been seen in some student achievement numbers, trying to recapture time for core instruction. Specifically as math, we've been trying to address falls, like decreases in the numbers. Last year, 24-25 school year, 66.4% of 8th graders met the state objectives for math, and we are trying to get that number to go up. Moving on to the vestibule project, the security entrance vestibule at Burr, ECC at Ward, McKinley, Stratfield, and Sherman had a first read for their ed specs, and they will be voted for approval at the next meeting on March 24th, so next week, and that is expected to hopefully go well. And a budget update, it was presented to the Board of Finance on last Thursday, March 12th. Mr. Testani with Mrs. Maxon Cannelli presented, and they asked for an $844,000 reinstatement from what had been cut from the budget by the first Select Women's budget. And that's really to cover transportation, potential unexpected maintenance, and also special education expenses that may not be fully known. So we are asking for that. The board did ask a lot of questions. Specifically, they were interested in the synergistics, the transportation costs, staffing and retirement, and whether the elementary schedule change will change the budget, either positively or negatively. The elementary schedule was not made because of budget. I think that's just want to make sure I say that decision was completely academic in nature, but the Board of Finance was interested, obviously, in the financial implications. And then the next steps is public budget comment is on March 28th, and then that's followed by budget deliberations and the budget vote on March 31st. And I saw that you guys are up next for budget, right? I see Parks and Rec was coming up.
I'm last.
Yeah.
March 24th.
So, yeah, that's the update right now from the Board of Ed.
Thank you. Has the seemingly excessive quantity of snow days impacted anything?
Well, the snow removal was over budget. That has
I'm not talking
the
about
days.
financing, but
well, we haven't voted on.
Still going to be
April break as of now, and I think it's going to Tuesday, the 16th. It's right now the last day of school. So let's just, fingers crossed. It's March. We got to be done, right?
Yeah.
I hope. Today felt cold again.
Cold out there.
I was like, oh no.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Director and program reports and approval. There's one approval on here, which is the Dogwood Festival, 25 plus years. Thank you. And what else we got?
All right. Today was bonfire registration. No issues. Did not sell out.
Whoa, 2 left.
Contrary to popular belief on the Moms of Fairfield, it did not sell out.
And it was not sold out by 9 a.m. either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Jennings is not sold out for Jennings.
There's 2 left for one day in March. I think it's
May.
Or May 5th.
At Jennings.
Yeah. So if you want one, grab it.
I know.
So, yes. As mentioned, our budget is going to be presented to the Board of Finance on the 24th, 7 o'clock. I am the last one to go, so it'll be all our budgets. I think I have 8 of them or so. So it's been a tough budget year watching Board of Finance, so I fully prepared for it.
You got 911,000
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call up Synergistics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the summer.
We are rolling out a new community services website starting April 1st. So fairfieldrecreation.com will end up being ffldcommunity.com. You can still type in Fairfield Rec and it'll take you to the new one. But so been working on that. So excited to roll that out finally. And then the last thing the staff is working on, besides all our other fall programming, we're working on an end-of-year town-wide awards celebration where we'll recognize some Say-So volunteers and other volunteers that have been active within Parks and Rec and Community Services. So looking forward to doing that. Obviously, you guys will be invited once we have the details all worked out. But,
Cool.
Where do you think that'll be? Here?
That'll be at the pavilion. No, it's going to be like a brunch type ceremony. I don't know if it's a Wednesday or a Thursday, but it'd be something like that in the summer. So, but yeah, very, very excited to be working on that. Other than that, yes, staff is working hard, gearing up for summer and, like I said, fall programming area. So,
very good. If there's not anything else, we are adjourned. Thanks, Bill.
All right, yeah. Have a good night, everyone.